B.D.F soldiers and police officers are on a mission to destroy clandestine airstrips, but they are faced with increasing pushback from residents of far-flung communities in Toledo District. These villages are suspected of working with narco-traffickers in neighboring Guatemala. Brigadier General Azriel Loria tells News 5 that drug plane landings have essentially shifted from northern and central Belize to the recesses of the south.
It's not secret that we have a problem in the south. Some time ago, we have even suggested that the media be invited to see the amount of airstrips, illegal airstrips that have been constructed.
In April, a joint operations team discovered the charred remains of a suspected drug plane in a remote area adjacent to a makeshift runway. Prior to this discovery, there had been a considerable lull in the reporting of illegal airplane landings in the country. Evidence suggests that drug traffickers are now conducting their operations in the far reaches of the country. Commissioner of Police Chester Williams alluded to this shift at the time of that discovery.
The area was extremely remote. It took the police and B.D.F days to get there, and they finally got there yesterday. And they found the remains of the plane. Again, we're seeing where these persons who are engaged in these activities are being very crafty in landing these planes in areas that they know are extremely remote and will take some time for the security forces to get there.
The challenge of finding and destroying these crude landing strips is compounded when the security forces are met with hostility from villagers. Recently, residents of Santa Teresa threatened to harm those involved in the operations.
We know that there is a connection and collusion with the Guatemalans. Across the border, there are some villagers that also assist them. We do not know at this point in time who they are, but we have some persons of interest that we are following up on.
A few days ago, the chairman of Corazon Creek reportedly accused the B.D.F of damaging his roof while inserting a patrol in the area with a helicopter. But an investigation into the reports found that the accusation was false. It is suspected that this was done to rally the support of villagers. Florencia Marin Jr., the Minister of National Defense and Border Security, commented on the situation.
Of course, whatever resistance they are, we have a job to do. Our role is to deter transnational crime, and we would continue doing so. We will not stop doing that. You know, of course, we always have to be respectful of a community. We don't harm a community or anything like that. But we will do our job to whatever deter transnational crime. It is a huge challenge for our soldiers and our officers out there, and but we will not be deterred.
One question I didn't get a chance to ask was reports from one chairman that in deploying some B.D.F soldiers, his roof may have been destroyed by the helicopter. What do you chalk that up to? Do you chalk that up to be some sort of mischief, or was that in fact the case when you did the investigation?
Well, the feedback I've gotten is that because we immediately sent down to check, and from what we heard, that there was no damage actually done. So I'm not really sure the source of that, but we did double check to ensure we're not, like I said, we have to still protect our communities, in particular the chairman of a village.
The resistance is taken as a sign that military operations are significantly thwarting the plans of narco-traffickers in the south. These operations, however, come at the cost of public safety.
Naturally, we believe, because we're not certain, we cannot say that is happening, but we believe that whenever they don't receive their cargo, whenever we deter them, successfully deter the planes not from landing here in Belize, there is frustration amongst them, and perhaps we assume that it's the Guatemalans that pressure them to do something about the situation, and hence the reason they're doing it. It's the Guatemalans, we believe, that are pressuring the persons in those villages that are dealing with moving the drugs to do something, and to perhaps threaten, warn, tell our B.D.F and also the police, hey, if you guys don't back off, then we are going to do something to your families or yourselves, etc.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.